just information, and yes, that's exactly what happened. James was looking for a challenge, and he did track down one of the few remaining children of the moon. So that was Victoria's first instinctual thought, but if you look at Seth closely, you can realize that's not really what's going on. I had fun putting that hint in clips.
All right, this one comes from Candace, who came from Kansas City to be here tonight. Why did you choose the name Renesmee, other than what was listed in the book? And will we hear more of her story? P.S. You're awesome.
It's funny because I have seen some reactions to the name Renesmee, and people are like, what is that? And it's funny, I've been thinking the name for so long, it seems completely normal to me. But when I chose it, I really wanted something that no one else had, because there's no one else like Nessie, and I wanted her to have something very unique and original.
Who is Embry's dad?
That question was in there like 17 times. And so now I know a lot of people are mad when I say that. I'm not going to say because I'm not, I'm not even sure that I know. I know that sounds crazy, but really there are secrets that my characters keep from even me. And I had that experience with Rosalie actually when I first started working on Twilight. I had no idea she didn't like Bella, and her character was really flat. And then sort of halfway through I figured it out. I was like, oh, she hates Bella. And then she was really easy to write. So sometimes my characters don't tell me everything. I have my suspicions.
Joanna, who is from Coalinga, California. Joanna, you can say hi if you want. She gets two questions. One, why did Bella keep her baby when she knew she was dying?
That one was real serious. It was kind of different tone from the others. And the only thing I can answer to that is that I have 3 children, and I know what I felt like with each one of those children, and if someone had told me, if you carry this child to term, you will die, I would have done it anyway, because that's how... my experience as a mother reflected in that part of the story.
Okay, and Joanna, lucky Joanna, second question. Will Jacob ever rejoin the pack?
I like that she had 2 very different questions, and the Jacob one's an interesting one. Actually, no, because once you're an alpha, there's no going back from that.
Liz from Milwaukee would like to know, I think we found Liz. Will Jacob stay immortal with Renesmee when she reaches maturity?
I did see some concern about that, and the lovely thing about their relationship is that Nessie apparently will not age past, around 18, 20, and Jacob, as long as he keeps turning into a werewolf regularly, will always stay the same as well. So they're good to go.
I figured this one might be coming. Cassie Bill. She wants to know what's the meaning of the cover.
Yay for answering that question. That's a really good one. So this cover has kind of 2 things going on. One is a metaphor for the entire series, because you have Bella going from being the weakest player on the board to being the most powerful player. So that's the main meaning. That was what I wanted to have on there. And then I also liked the feeling of a chess game, because I knew that the end of the story was not going to be a great big huge battle scene. This was a court scene. This was maneuvering and having your plans, and I thought that was really suited to chess. So that was another reason why I liked that metaphor.
Liz Waters says that at Comic-Con, you mentioned that your favorite Edward and Bella moment was in book 4, and for obvious reasons, at that point, you couldn't share what it was. So now, can you please fill us in?
I think probably most of you can guess what scene it is. No, it's the last 2 pages in the book. Really sees how Bella feels about him, there's just no match for that. actually a really, really long story. So I wouldn't have pulled it because I don't have time to get into it. It takes me several pages of writing to get through it. But because I wanted to mention that there are things like that question will be answered in the Twilight Guide and other backstories that you're waiting for. So that's